LeBron James all the way in.
Dunk contest. Clearly the best dunk of the night was Dennis Smith Jr.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even close. And the fact that he didn't just win based on that, like, I was happy for Donovan Mitchell. I really like him. Some of his dunks were pretty cool. I like the creativity of his dunks, but in the same vein, like, if you're going to have the best dunk of the night by far, I feel like you should win.
No, I agree with that, but at the same time, Dennis Smith had a first dunk that wasn't as, like, captivating.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
So it was like, when you add up all the dunks together, like, it's just kind of like one good game doesn't equal, like, 5 or 6 bad games.
That dunk was just crazy, though. Is that a truck?
Yeah.
Holy shit. That dunk was just crazy, though. Like, that was ridiculous. I've never seen anything like that. And I don't know. The dunk contest, like, it was enjoyable. But it's still, I don't know. It just, like, I just kept thinking of, like, the Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon one. Yeah. And that was just, like, that's so far above that.
I think what this dunk contest did for us was kind of what the video game industry is doing, what the movie industry is doing, and that's relying on nostalgia.
Yeah.
And as you can tell, it just doesn't captivate people as well as it used to. I mean, like, if we just think about when Vince Carter did his dunks, these guys are doing it now, and we're just like, meh.
I mean, he did it 16 years ago or whatever it was. What's the point?
Yeah, it was just more impressive during that time. So it was just kind of like, okay, like, I understand you're trying to pay homage to Vince Carter, but at the same time, it just doesn't look good.
It was just all homage. It was too much.
Yeah,
like,
too
maybe
much nostalgia.
One for each person is fine, right? Like, I liked Larry Nance's dunk for his dad, right? I thought that was kind of cool. But it just, like, that dunk wasn't that crazy,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Kind of defeats the purpose of the dunk contest, which I think is the prime goal of that, is to be creative at every chance possible.
Exactly.
On to the All-Star game. The big hoopla.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought it was good. I liked it. I liked the game a lot. It was definitely more competitive than it was in years past. I know some people that I was talking to didn't enjoy it until, like, the fourth quarter, but I enjoyed the whole thing. It just kind of went to show you that, like, even though LeBron's team was down by, like, 15 points, they still kept it within a relatively close range.
That's what happens when everybody can score on the team.
Yeah.
I would say like 60% of it was more competitive than normal.
Yeah.
There was definitely like 5-minute stretches, like in the end of the third quarter, where I literally watched Steph Curry dribble in a court with like 5 feet of space all around him on every side and take 2 steps forward and just take an uncontested floater. Yeah. It's just like, I honestly, I looked at it, because I was at work, right? Yeah. So I was kind of watching like half the game, half not watching. I really thought that somebody had called a timeout and he just took a shot. But then the points went up, and I was like, are they playing a game? Like, I was kind of confused for a second, and then I got to watch the whole fourth quarter, and they actually played.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of like LeBron for the most part. You could tell how into it for the entire game he was. Mm-hmm. He was taking that real seriously.
Yeah, it was a good thing for LeBron. I'm glad that he took it seriously, because I think it also kind of amped it up, like in the fourth quarter especially, how other players played. And it just kind of goes to show you that with LeBron's picks that he made were clutch picks.
They were good picks. I think we both picked Team LeBron, right? Or no, I moved to Team Steph.
You moved to Team Steph at the end because you thought all the 3-point shooters would do it.
Damn. I keep forgetting who I picked in each of these competitions. Keep in mind, too, LeBron James, his team held Team Steph to less points than the Cleveland Cavaliers held the Oklahoma City Thunder like a month ago. By like 3 points, I think, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. Secondly, LeBron is in very exclusive territory now. Not that he already wasn't. Did you see the stat? He's in. It's him and Michael Jordan, 3-time MVPs, 3-time Finals MVP, 3-time All-Star MVP. That's pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy. I think the one thing I will knock about it is that I feel like especially with Steph Curry and James Harden. I know Undisputed this morning was talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like those guys kind of dogged it a little bit. They didn't play as hard as I thought they would.
James Harden didn't give it a rat's ass about
and another person on that team that didn't give any rip was Jimmy Butler.
He didn't even play. Well, he's
0 minutes.
He's been hurt though.
No, but he said he was too tired to play. There's a difference.
I think he's been hurt. There was a big rumor that he wasn't going to play in it at all, that they were going to have to replace him. I wasn't too surprised to see that he didn't play.
I still think it's just like, 1 to 2 minutes. We're not asking for a lot. I mean, it's just even LaMarcus Aldridge got like 4 minutes.
Well, Marcus Aldridge got 4 and Al Horford got 6.
Yeah.
Goes to show what being the last pick in this All-Star draft can do to you.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but
my favorite part of that game was Russell Westbrook and LeBron James. I feel like they had like legitimate chemistry on the court, and I was just like, I was enthralled every time the two of them were trying to score together. They were unstoppable, and not that they were like facing a staunch defense in the All-Star game. But there was no chance that even if Team Steph was trying to defend them, that they could have. Then the last thing I want to talk about for the All-Star game, Kyrie was being Kyrie at a couple moments in that game with his handle.
Yeah.
And there was a moment where James Harden was defending him, and it felt like Kyrie did everything in his power to embarrass James Harden that he could on one possession, and it was immaculate.
Yeah.
He crossed him up so hard, like 3 times, and then he just kept the ball and scored. It was like, this is why Kyrie's a top 10 player in the league.
Yeah.
And I was very happy to see him and LeBron James, being friends.
Yeah, they had a couple good moments where they had that, that past chemistry. It's kind of like LeBron picked the past teammates team. Yeah, Westbrook, Durant, Kyrie, LeBron. Those two work together pretty well.
It's a smart move.
Yeah,
you got installed chemistry immediately because these guys have played together for 5-year stretches together. Yeah. So of course they're going to be able to play decent. The one thing I was interested in, right, and I think just from the NBA drama cycle perspective is a little interesting, is if the bad blood between LeBron and Kyrie was as strong as people were claiming it was. Like, how were they just such good friends all of a sudden? Like, I think that means that was hyped up to an extreme level.
I think it was hyped up to an extreme level, but I also think it's kind of what all NBA players do, really, is politicking.
Yeah.
You play buddy until the moment's right, and then you become enemies.
Maybe.
I mean, we'll see come playoff time when the Boston and Cleveland face. Let's see how that rivalry kind of unravels and see if it becomes something special.
Yeah, I'd just be interested to see if the LeBron-Kyrie rift was built up a lot more than it really was a fact. Because at this point it's been proven that a big reason why Kyrie wanted to leave in the first place was because Cleveland was shopping him to begin with, and that had nothing to do with LeBron James.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious whether or not that was the primary reason that he wanted to leave, based on the Cavaliers organization. Maybe it was more pertaining to Dan Gilbert than it was LeBron James. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see, but
time will tell.
All in all, I think the All-Star game was good, and in that last final minutes, they put the clamps on Steph Curry.
Oh, yeah, they did. Oh, I got one more thing. I'm sorry. There's just like, I was keeping an eye on a few players, right?
Okay.
Last guy, and I saw Bill Simmons tweeted about this too, the great Bill Simmons, in my opinion. Joel Embiid, there was a few moments in that game that showed just how incredible he is. He was dominating when he was trying. There was definitely big periods of that game where he was just not even putting in any effort. But towards the end of the game, fourth quarter, he was trying, and he was unstoppable.
Yeah, I think one play that stuck out to me is they try to do the ISO with Paul George and Joel Embiid, and they say it's a mismatch on TV, and then Joel Embiid has the speed to get back and just swat the ball.
Incredible.
Just good. I mean, I think this will do for both Giannis and Joel Embiid is that this will kind of motivate them to kind of be this competitive, sort of tenacity of how to play an All-Star game. This is how it should be. So when it eventually becomes, Team Giannis, Team Embiid.
Which it probably will eventually.
then I think we're in good hands for the future.
Yeah. What's your best play of the game?
Oh, it had to be that lob to Anthony Davis from LeBron James, the bounce pass.
Okay, I like that. I would say it's a toss-up between that Giannis block on Kemba. Even though Kemba was kind of just like, he wasn't doing anything crazy. He wasn't going hard to score.
Yeah.
I'll knock it because of that. I'm going to give it to the Russell Westbrook alley-oop to LeBron.
Okay.
Where they passed it back a couple times, back and forth on the transition offense. Then LeBron dunked it. Okay. Loved it. That was an incredible play. All right. I don't think we have anything else to talk about the All-Star game. Honestly, it was a good one. It's probably the best All-Star game in a while.
Yeah, probably the last 5 years. One shout-out, though.
Shouts out.
To Bogdanovic.
Bogdanovic, our guy.
Our guy.
That's your guy for
That's
sure.
my guy. Like I love the way the guy plays, and I think he'll be a very good, solid piece for Sacramento for years to come, along with De'Aaron Fox. But won the Rising Star Challenge. I know we forgot to mention it during this whole podcast, but salute to him.
We didn't talk about it last week either, to be fair. Yeah, I agree. That game was atrocity. Did you watch that game?
I did.
That felt like an all-star game.
That felt like last year's all-star game, which was pitiful.
Oh my gosh. That was just a nightmare. I'm glad we didn't talk about it because that game really was terrible. Team World just beat the brakes off the USA.
Yeah.
I didn't know, where's Jamal Murray from? Because he was on Team World.
I have no idea.
What? I didn't know that. I'm going to look it up. I should have looked it up a couple days ago, but now we'll figure it out. Anyway, Bernie, let's move on.
You ready to move on?
Yeah.